We have 3 months left to the end of the year, and it's easy to say, you know what? This year is done. Let's just focus on next year. Everything that we wanted to accomplish and we've not done it, let's just push everything to next year. But I believe that we can still do some things with this remaining time. So in this video, we're going to talk about how to make the most out of the remaining 3 months of the year. If you're new here, hi, my name is Linda Mary. I come from Nairobi, Kenya. On this channel, I do a lot of lifestyle vlogs and I also do videos on personal development like this one. Before you do anything, you need to review your goals for the year. If you're someone who believes in vision board like I do, then bring out your vision board. Look at it. Look at the things you've accomplished, the things that you haven't. If you don't believe in vision boards, but you write down your goals or you know them here, just sit down and think about the things that you wanted to accomplish this year, but haven't accomplished them yet. And then out of these things, pick at least three. 3 things that, 1, you know are attainable, and 2, that are mostly within your control. Those are the 3 things that you are going to focus on. If we happen to do more, well and good. So ideally, it's like 1 priority or 1 goal per month. But some goals, even if you start now, you might do them up to December. So not all goals have to fall through the 1 goal per month. It's just a guidance. That's why we've picked 3. For example, one of my goals this year was to hit 20,000 subscribers on YouTube. Currently, I'm at 12,000 subscribers. And yes, I can still do it. Anything is possible, okay? But unless I blow up, unless a video of mine blows up, at the rate at which I have been growing, it is going to be very hard for me to hit the 20,000 as much as I want to. Doesn't mean that I've completely erased that goal, but that is not among my top priorities for the next 3 months. Actually, guys, I'm telling you what I have done because I had to sit down and be like, you know what, can you do something about it? No, we just give up. Because every time, even when I'm talking to my friends and family, I keep telling them, oh, I wish for a better next year. I wish next year we'll do this. And even some of my friends are like, but Linda, the year is not over. Like, so much can happen between now and then. And then I was like, you know what? That's true. Let's sit down and think, what can we do with the remaining 3 months? Now, for me now, that is a goal that if I happen to achieve it, I'm going to be so happy. Okay, I've not said that it is not going to happen completely, but it is not among the things that I'm going to focus on because I know largely it is out of my control. My part is just filming videos, good quality videos, but the other part is out of my control. It's up to you guys to watch. It's up to the algorithm. So I'm going to give myself a headache if I want to achieve this big goal within these 3 months. So instead, I focus on other goals. Let's take an example of a health goal. Today was the first time that I joined the gym again. I've been talking about it. I've taken you guys through. For those of you who watch my vlogs, you've seen me go gym hunting. I started gym today. Now, this is a goal that is within my control. I can wake up and go to the gym. I don't have to depend on anyone. Maybe finances come in, but maybe I don't have to go to the most expensive gym. Maybe I don't have to pay for the whole month's membership. I just need to start. Still, on that example of a health goal, for example, your goal was to work out. That is something that is very much within your control. You can decide to start jogging today. You can decide to take long walks. You can decide to work from home. You can decide to join a gym. For example, if you choose the goal of eating healthy, that is within your control. You can sit down today and be like, you know what, I'm going to reduce this and I'm going to add a lot of this on my diet. So as you're picking these goals, you want to be hopeful, but also try to look for goals that are attainable, because once you achieve them, even you see yourself making steps, it will motivate you to even do the other goals. Number 2 has to do with here, your mind. You have to reset your mind. Number 1, like I've done, you have to stop thinking that, the year is done and everything, or we push that to next year. No, you have to be in that mindset of, I can still do something with the remaining few months. Believe it. And then get your mind ready for this marathon. It's going to be a marathon for the next 3 months. So be ready. Know that it's time to tighten your belt. It's time to have that tunnel vision. That's why we said narrow down those 3 things. So you know what to focus on. So be mentally prepared for it. The 3rd step is to do the preparations. Preparations help you to sustain the journey of pursuing these goals. For example, you've decided you want to eat healthy. Speaking for myself, if I don't buy food earlier, or I plan what to eat earlier. And then I'm just like, oh my goodness, it's getting dark. Okay, what's the easiest thing for us to eat right now? So a lot of thought doesn't go into it. But on days that I meal prep, again, if you watch my vlogs, you normally see that sometimes I meal prep. On days that I meal prep, I have to sit down and think, okay, what do I want to eat this week? And I normally even have the foods in different categories. I just don't prepare the same foods. I'm like, I want vegetables, I want greens, I want white meat, those kinds of things. So you can be very intentional. So you need to prepare. You've decided to go on that diet. Then sit down, decide the kinds of meals that you want to prepare, and then shop for those meals. So they are there. Because if they're not there, the last minute you're like, okay, oh my goodness, let's get some French fries, some burgers or whatever. And that's how that goal of eating healthy has just flown out through the window. For example, you wanted to save a certain amount of money this year. As we've said, when you are going through your goals on step number 1, you've realized maybe you wanted to save 120,000. That means 10,000 per month. You have not saved anything from January to now, October. Unless you have a huge source of income or you stumble upon a lump sum of money, it is not possible for you to now save 120,000 within the next 3 months. So maybe that goal you can be like, you know what, maybe let me just stick to the 10,000 that I wanted to save per month, which I could have managed still, because by the time you set that goal at the beginning of the year, you knew you were able to manage setting aside 10,000. So at least instead of having zero and saying, you know what, this year is done, we try again next year, at least by the end of the year, you may not have the 120,000, but you will have 30,000. So on this third step of preparation, what are you going to do? Do you have a separate bank account for that? Do you have a money market fund that you're going to direct the money? Do you have your M-Shwari locked account, KCB M-Pesa savings account? Decide where you're going to save the money. That is the preparations part. For example, if your salary normally comes to a certain account and you know very well that you're going to use it, then under the preparation stage, you go to your bank and you set up a standing order such that when this money hits your accounts like this, it is immediately transferred. 10,000 of it is immediately transferred to that other account where you are saving. So this is the preparations. So don't just say, okay, these are the 3 goals I have, now we're just going to wing it. Sit down and prepare. Make it easy for you to accomplish these goals. The 4th thing is that take short breaks in between. As I mentioned, it's a marathon, not a sprint. But you don't want to just go at it. By the end of this month, you're already so burnt out, you're so tired, you're not able to do anything for the next 2 months. Take short breaks. I've said take short breaks because we have a tunnel vision and we know that for the next 3 months you want to do a lot, okay? So you cannot take long breaks, but take short breaks. For example, you can say 1 day a week, I don't work at all, or I don't work towards this goal. 1 day a week, I'm able to let my body just rest completely. So you can have the strength and the stamina to continue. The 4th step is that reward yourself and celebrate yourself along the way. Don't wait until the end. Don't say, you know what, I will wait until December when I've hit that 30,000, then I'll be like, yeah. When you go and set up that account and you've seen the first 10,000 has been transferred, congratulate yourself. Talk to yourself nicely. If you need to go and buy yourself a nice meal somewhere, go do it. Not spending as much money as the one you've put aside, because that doesn't make any sense now. Just go and spend some money on you. Maybe buy yourself a nice meal or nice treat. Or say, you know what, if I accomplish the first, I'm buying myself like a small handbag. Maybe just post yourself on social media, depending on how comfortable you are. Not sharing everything about what you're doing, but just, even those 2 cryptic quotes like, I'm so proud of myself. You know what, these things like that. Yeah, just celebrate yourself and reward yourself along the way. If you had said that you are going to cut out junk or reduce junk, and you've managed to do that for 2 whole weeks or 3 whole weeks, if you're someone who used to eat that every single week, then that's something worth celebrating, because it has taken discipline for you to do that. It is good to give yourself a pat on the back. And as I'm saying, the type of celebration is not whereby you're like, okay, now I've not eaten junk for 2 weeks. Now I'm going to celebrate by eating as much junk as possible to compensate. It doesn't make sense, because you know what you are doing, it's counterproductive to the goal that you're making. Don't reward yourself in a way that takes you backward from the goal you're working towards. The 5th thing is that you need to be ready to make sacrifices along the way. You cannot have your cake and eat it. You have to give up some things for these remaining 3 months for you to accomplish these goals. Let's say I've been going out clubbing every weekend from Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But I want to be at the gym and I can only be at the gym maybe in the morning hours, then that means that on Sunday, I'm not drinking so much to a point where now I have a hangover. Now the next Monday, I'm not able to make it to the gym because I have a hangover. I've overslept. Most probably, I'll even just cut out the Sunday night hangout, anything to do with drinking, cut it out. Maybe just have something during the day. Maybe trying to look for other activities that you can do during the day. Or say, I'll be going out on Fridays or Fridays and Saturdays, but Sundays, I will not go out so I can be able to make it to gym on Monday. So that is the sacrifice you are making for you to accomplish this particular goal. Let's use the same financial goal of setting aside 10,000 per month for the next 3 months. So let's say you've not been setting aside this money, which means you've been using this money on something else. Let's say you've been buying yourself those expensive bags and perfumes after every 2 weeks, because you're not setting aside that money. Now that you're setting aside this money, you have to tighten your belt, because if you know that you cannot afford to set aside this money and at the same time buy luxury bags every 2 weeks or every month, or shoes or perfume, then something needs to go. You already have enough bags and shoes and perfumes, all the ones that you've been buying from the beginning of the year. You need to now reduce on that. Maybe say for the next 3 months, I'm not buying any luxury perfume. Or for the next 3 months, maybe I'm buying one luxury perfume or once a month. You need to cut down on something so that you're able to accomplish this other goal. So sacrifices are necessary at this stage. This is my exact strategy. I sat down and I was like, you know what, Linda? You need a strategy on how you're going to hack the remaining 3 months. And I already have my goals that I've set aside. They are goals that I'm not focusing on them so much as I knew that I wanted to accomplish them this year. If I happen to accomplish them, I'll still be happy. But I have my main targets. I have that tunnel vision. I am ready to make those sacrifices. I've gotten my mind ready. I am ready for the next 3 months, and I know that they're going to be so amazing. I even believe that for the next 3 months, I'm going to accomplish so much more than I've been able to accomplish from the beginning of the year to here. If you also want to make the most out of these remaining 3 months, let me know in the comment section. If it's something that you are comfortable sharing, maybe it's not too private, then share and let us motivate each other. This is just to let you know that the self-development talks are back. I may not do them as much because vlogs are my main content, but I'll be sprinkling them here and there. I hope you've enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching. Mwah, nawapenda sana. That means I love you so much in Swahili, and see you in my next video. Bye bye.